Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to do a card pull for the week ahead for my YouTube subscribers. I know for many of us, especially in the States, it's been a rough week. And so I pulled two particularly nurturing decks for us. So I wanted to pull from my Rose Oracle, which to me has a lovely divine feminine energy to it. Definitely think after reading the news, we could all use a little more of that. So I want to pull some cards. My cat is chiming in. Hello, Winnie. Nice. And then I thought I'd finish with another deck I find really soothing. I've mentioned it before. It's the Hedgewitch Field Guide. And I like to use this deck for my women's circle. It's very, again, like very soothing and wise, but grounded. So I'm a bit bundled up this morning. It's chilly. It was in the 40s when I woke up, which is chilly for Los Angeles. I know it's all relative, but you can definitely tell LA is in her spring, and spring in LA is my favorite season. It's absolutely beautiful. From now into May is like my favorite. Everything smells so good, and the trumpet vines are flowering, and the tulip trees are blooming, and it's a beautiful time. I think my cat is agreeing with me. Okay, let me pull a few plant cards for us. Hmm. All right. So I want to start with our rose cards, and I'm gonna wear my glasses so I can see. We got the sun, and I love how there's a sunbeam literally on the card, kind of kissing it with its energy there. Joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, and play. And I think keeping our eye on the light, even when there is darkness around us right now, is the advice of this card and why it's here. So, yeah, it's a beautiful card to get in light of the darkness that I was referring to. Okay. And then we got the Holy Grail. Sorry, I got my teacup here. The Holy Grail. Um, Stop the endless outer searching or grasping or looking and turn within. So I think these two are a beautiful complement. Really, both of them are encouraging us to protect and access and be aware of our own light and our own spirits in this time. So I love the bird there. Again, I love the sunbeam on the card, but the bird with the wings and the gentle deer. So, that's kind of what I was thinking when I pulled the cards. I love that the little deer is here because I was thinking about gentleness and not overdoing too much exposure to the news while being informed and holding the light and taking care of one another while things are feeling quite dark and ugly in certain parts of the US and the world. And then we have beautiful. We have Sophia. So what a compliment to the other two cards. Sophia, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within. So again, within. We've just been prompted three times, like, you know, within. They're all pointing back to us and then destiny. So I think holding our space, holding the light, holding our wisdom, even in the face of the drama and the tumult in the outer world. And that's kind of what we're getting from these cards. So, and I guess seeing the light in one another too, and trusting that, you know, even while this chaos is going on and people are being killed and kidnapped and disappeared, um, maybe trusting that the higher intelligence also has a plan for us, even if we can't understand it, and keeping hold of the light, even though we can't see. Our own intuition, I think, and our own inner intelligence has a lot to tell us. And keeping sight of this, the Holy Grail, the highest quest that we can keep in our eyesight to move forward with, and knowing like what is higher vibration and what is healthy and positive and good and light versus, you know, being manipulated by the media or etc. So then I thought it was interesting after the Holy Grail because I pulled the samphire card and I just love the word samphire. I'm not acquainted with this plant, but I'm very curious and I love the name. So samphire, Samphire. And the meaning of it is adventure. So I thought that was a nice compliment to the idea of the Holy Grail. So let's look up samphire and see. I'm going to read the full description. My cat has not said a word all day, and she's suddenly very chatty. So she's chiming into the reading. Samphire, an edible wild plant found along coastlines across the northern hemisphere. Its briny little branchlets are wonderful pickled or simply steamed and served with fish. In the US, they are most frequently called sea beans. In the United States, yes, sea beans. In Britain and across Europe, they are called samphire or sea asparagus. But in all cases, they are a delight for coastal foragers. Salt marshes and estuary lands are the best place to find these plants. They grow on beaches, poking up from the sand and rocky shore. Hmm. Let's see. The ocean has always held our imagination and is strongly tied to change and exploration, leading to the oracle property adventure. Never far from the sea, this salty little friend reminds us of the captivating power of the ocean and the many possibilities the world offers. So again, there's that element of choice. And while they were talking about the power of the ocean, I was thinking of the cups. I was thinking of like the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the water, and that soul choice or that emotional choice that those cards represent too. I mean, the ocean, like it has the undertow, but water can also it can be a beautiful, uplifting thing too. So, keeping in mind, your emotional choices right now and the power of them. Um, Continuing on in the reading here, it says a related tarot card is the Two of Wands. So again, there's the duality of the choice. The Two of Wands, in which a character holds a globe in his hands as he stands above a harbor with a horizon before him. So again, that goes back to that idea of the destiny and the divine plan, and keeping our eye on like the bird's eye view there in this card, like keeping our eye on the higher points and the light and that kind of future, and not getting pulled into the overtow or the undertow is the undertow of things, because I think that's easily done right now. Um, so the Two of Wands and the Samphire Adventure card represents all the wonder and opportunity the world has to offer if we are willing to go out and pursue it. So, are you stuck in a rut, seeking new challenges or feeling stagnant? Maybe it's time to put the old behind you and strike out into something new. And I mean, I know too, it's a little hard sometimes right now to branch out because the world feels, some of the world, events in the world politically feel a little scary, and it kind of makes you want to contract. But this is asking us to not do that. So that's a really lovely reminder, I think. It definitely resonates for me. Um, and then we have a really beautiful card to close with, which complements my rose oracle to a T. We got the wild rose, clarity. And this is one of my favorite flower essences to take for those of you who find value in the flower essences. Wild rose. It's always something I like to take as medicine too. Let me see, clarity. Let's see if I can find this here in my book. Okay, clarity. Wild rose is a delightful plant that adorns and perfumes liminal places across the world. Almost anywhere you travel, some member of this plant family will greet you, from the Arctic to the seaside, even in the desert. That's a beautiful idea, too. The oracle property clarity is inspired by the use of rose as a cleansing and focusing tonic of all sorts. Almost any herbal detoxing remedy will list rose as a primary ingredient. And we can't forget our connection of the rose with Venus. And if you think of the planet Venus, if you've never seen the pattern that she naturally traces in the sky, um, you should look that up because it's a very beautiful visual reminder of something sacred and divine. The way she traces that almost flower shape in the sky as she makes her movements. So when in doubt, I do like to turn to the idea of like the golden mean and that kind of harmony, and um, it has a nice Sophia energy too. If you just look that up and have a visual reminder of what Venus does. And for me, the rose and Venus are just so connected. Let's see. This plant corresponds to the Ace of Swords. So I that kind of surprises me. I wouldn't have put the two together, but let's see what it says. I love all the aces, of course, and they're all supposed to be gifts from God or goddess or the universe or what have you. So let's see. This plant corresponds to the Ace of Swords with its call for focus and clear sight when approaching, there you go, clear sight. So again, the hawk soaring above and having a full view, focus and clear sight when approaching new projects, or the Two of Swords, which urges the querent to strip away the blindfold of deception and truly assess the situation at hand. So we got two twos. We got the Two of Swords was mentioned. We had the Two of Wands mentioned, and we're being reminded to, have a clear sight and stay in the light, even though there is darkness, and that idea of that undertow, um, which I think is easily almost palpable right now. Um, so really being clear, what are our choices and calling on the idea of our Sophia energy, you know, um, keeping insight, like I said, like divinity. So the Venus pattern in the sky is one visual reminder that always makes me feel amazing when I tune into that. Um, keeping in touch with our own soul, being gentle, being high-minded, remembering to stay high-minded and clear about things, and remembering the light that we carry and the light in other people, and, you know, behaving accordingly and making that choice, that higher choice. So, how beautiful that we close with this rose card. I don't know if I've ever received this card before in this deck, but it's lovely and a beautiful punctuation. And it talks about the medicine of rose too, which is so good for the heart. And many years ago, when I started doing card readings in the early 2000s, I did design a rose anointing oil because of all the readings that I did. It's almost the main reason people will get card readings is about the heart, the state of their heart, whether it's about love, romantic love, grieving someone, feeling dissatisfied, the heart. And I made this rose anointing oil. So it talks about the fragrant rose oil is used to make infusions, ointments, cosmetic products. They talk about rose hips as also medicinal and giving us a little dose of vitamin C. Dried rose hips are medicinal for all kinds of other reasons. So the medicine of the rose, and then, like I said, too, my personal favorite medicine is the box wild rose flower remedy. So yeah, there's many ways to work with this plant medicine that came up for us today, and how beautiful and delightful that it did. And what a lovely compliment to the Rose Oracle. So I think the divine feminine energy is definitely answered back this morning, and I hope that they will be of comfort to you. And my cat and I will be back soon for another reading. And what I thought I would do, my January is fast filling up, and I've got the Sacred Wheel meeting coming up. The first of my four seasonal community gatherings is coming up next week. So I thought what I would do is wait until the fire horse times begin in February and then do a New Year reading then for all of us, in addition to Sunday readings when I can be here to do that. So that's my plan, and I look forward to coming back soon. And I'm wishing everyone a very happy week and keep those peace candles lit and keep those hearts light. Thank you.